Welcome to the cast. This is our last episode of 2025. Don't panic. We are coming back in 26. We've already laid out some of the ideas and schedule for next year. So we're going to end this year kind of talking about the year in review, some of the highlights, some of the things we accomplished. I don't know that we'll get into anything we plan to accomplish next year because I think we're going to use that after the start of the year. So hopefully everybody had a Merry Christmas. We're glad that you guys are joining us tonight. And we don't have anything. We don't have any kind of game or brain teaser or anything like that to start us off. No trivia. So we're just going to jump right into it.
Yep.
Emily, highlights from 2025. What do you got? There should be one.
My personal life?
Let's start there.
I'm getting married.
Here we go.
Yep. So, not 2025, but 2026. Yeah, the end of February. Be here before you know it. And I'm about to lose my mind over planning. But it's fine.
You have a date?
February 28th.
February 28th?
Yep. Mr. Steve Terry is supposed to be doing the wedding.
The Right Reverend Terry.
He's doing the wedding. He said he would. I asked him. He is the one that did Caleb's wedding, my cousin, and then he also did my sister's wedding. And I said I feel like it's just only appropriate to ask you to round out all the grandkids in the family. And he said he would be honored too.
Yeah, you could have picked worse. You could have done.
Could have picked worse. It could have been like the Dwight Yoakam pastor on Four Christmases. Could have been that, but no. I'm very excited, and the plan is we're supposed to do pre-marital counseling with them as well too. So yeah, it's very exciting.
So you've got the dress knocked out.
I have got the dress knocked out. Yep, okay. Dress knocked out. I wanted to knock out a couple old ladies there, but it's fine. We got it worked out, and yeah.
We use the same word to mean very different things just there. I was lost for a minute.
Yep, dress knocked out. My mom and I spent like 5 hours in Hobby Lobby the other day buying flowers to make all our bouquets. Yeah, we're getting it knocked out. Venue is already picked out. Somebody's already volunteered to decorate the whole thing, which has been a blessing because she was like, I'll do it all for free. And I'm like, praise the Lord, because that is pricey. I don't know how people do it. I think it's like average now is $30,000 for a wedding.
Debt. They do it. It's called debt.
It's ridiculous. Like that's a down payment on a house or a car or renovations. Like it's so dumb.
Hey, do you? Yeah. Do you? Yeah. Okay, cool. That can happen anywhere.
Exactly.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. So.
Okay. Cool.
It's all coming together. All right. Yeah, I'm real excited.
Well, I would hope so.
Is Alita Taylor excited?
Oh, for heaven's sake, yes. And I think Greg is like 10 times more excited than her, too. Oh, yeah. They're thrilled.
I saw him skipping in church the other day.
Oh, yeah.
It was ridiculous.
I mean, they are just... I don't know if Greg Taylor skips.
Never has it happened.
I want to see it.
Maybe to the bathroom, but like...
Whoa! It's a bit more than we needed right there.
Actually, the other day, him and my fiance, Seth, were replacing a water heater in my parents' house, and Seth said that the water heater there was a knob and he took it off and it exploded all in his face, and he said that's fastest I've ever seen your dad move. So it was he got used to our family real quick that dad does not move fast. So but it was pretty funny. So anyway, yeah, who's next?
Oh, Pastor, what you got?
I'm looking through so I'm cheating a little bit. I'm going to use my pictures on my phone to remind me of what I've done this year. So we opened the year pretty good. We February took a group of people down to Puerto Rico.
Nice.
That was awesome.
That's a highlight.
That was very cool.
Stories come from that. There were some cool stories even on stage. That was pretty good.
Yeah. So many cool. And I think one of the coolest, I didn't realize it, but I don't know. Are we allowed to mention names and not get sued, or are we still worried about that?
No, I think we're past the lawsuit.
So Ricky Mendez hadn't been back to Puerto Rico.
True, that is a joke. Yes,
that's a joke.
Heidi Howerly.
No, Ricky Mendez hadn't been back, and watching him, getting to be there with him, and Sarah obviously had never been, his wife, and watching something come alive in him that had laid dormant, and there was some healing there. There was some growth there. I think I saw him cry more than any other emotion. Like, it was just so cool to watch and the stuff that he shared and talked about. It was such a cool moment. One of the reasons I love mission trips is you take people out of their normal life and you plunk them somewhere new, doing something that they're not used to doing, and you get to see a side of people you never see any other way. And it was so cool. And there's just, I mean, everybody was on the trip was cool, but that I think was really unique. Just watching a part of him that had kind of been locked away come alive was really, really cool. That was fun. And then the whole trip was fun. Like the team leaders were great. What we got to do was great. We hit, the team itself was great. We laughed a ton. We prayed together. We cried. There's a few people that have relationships now with one another. I watch them in church, and they're still super strong because of that trip, and that's
awesome.
really cool. So there's a lot. The missions trip to Puerto Rico was really, really cool. That's a lot of fun. Plus, I got to fix a raw sewer pipe, so anytime I get to do that, that's a good time.
Ooh.
Yeah, it was gross. It was properly gross. I had to help, like, so our sewage. Okay, so this is a weird thing they don't.
We're going there?
Oh yeah, we're going.
Okay,
there.
go ahead.
They don't tell you
Go ahead.
on the plane. You can't flush toilet paper down the toilet. You have to put it in the waste bin, which is a whole other level.
That's
There's a lot of things there we're not gonna talk about, but gross. So in the pipe, it's just so it goes outside, runs down the wall, and then goes down into like a septic tank. And there was a hole in the pipe. I don't know how it happened, but it was obvious. And so they're like, someone needs to fix it. Someone needs to fix it. So I said, all right.
Here I am, Lord.
If I'm man enough to make it, if I'm man enough to make it, I better be man enough to fix it. So that's what I did. I jumped in there, and it was awesome.
Do you have a picture of this raw sewer pipe?
I do. That's the pipe. It's above ground.
Okay.
It just rides, and it was wide open. It was rather gross.
It just rides.
It was gross. It was properly gross. Yeah, but yeah, there it is. There's another one. There you go. That's
Yeah.
me doing the dirty work. Dirty
Literally.
jobs. Me and Mike Rowe.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's up?
Kudos to you for
That's
jumping
awesome.
in there.
Listen, it had to happen. So I tried to pawn it off.
I mean, people think washing feet is bad.
Oh no, I'd
No.
rather do a raw sewer pipe than wash feet. Mm-mm. No, dude, I am not touching somebody else's dogs. That's nasty. That's so gross.
You're no, I'm just.
Oh,
making
she's gotta
sure.
wash some feet
I'm
now.
making sure. You would rather deal with raw feces
Yes.
than touch somebody else's unfeces foot.
If their feet look like they could snatch their dinner out of a lake, like I am totally down for a raw pipe to fix.
Woo. Okay, so we got feet issues.
Oh, 100%.
All right.
You won't see me washing nobody's feet.
Okay. All right. You know what I'm looking forward to now that you've said that is the day that Jesus tells you have to go wash somebody's feet.
I will do it for Jesus. That's fine.
Good job. Good job.
That's totally fine.
The other thing that was super cool on that trip is Abby, who what's her last name? Everson. She came with us. She flew out from Washington and joined the
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yep, she
That's
came
cool.
with us, and she was telling us she made the comment she wanted to get baptized. So I got to baptize people.
Wow.
So we went down to the beach in front of like everybody, like good old school, like the beach is full of beachgoers, and here we come trouncing up, and we're like, all right. If
That's
you're,
awesome. Yeah.
if you're declaring for Jesus, let's go. And it was really cool. And then Abby has since moved back and joined the AV team, which is a huge deal. But that was another highlight for me, was being able to baptize people right there. And had a couple people on the beach come up and be like, I haven't seen that in years. And that was so cool. Thanks for doing that. I was like, all right, sweet. So, yeah, there's a lot of good stuff from that trip.
That's
That is
awesome.
So let me encourage you. Gary West.
I have come a long way
I know. I
in
told
my
you.
willingness to do that.
That's what I'm talking about. Come on. I'm gonna get Gary to Africa before we're said and done.
So on Africa, not
His
just
eyes
Yeah.
just
Oh,
totally
yeah.
lit up.
I know he did. I know. Listen, he knows. We've had this conversation.
yeah. We've had that conversation. We'll probably continue to have those conversations.
We will and we'll have them in Africa. Which is another highlight. I got to go back to Africa.
You did get to go back to Africa.
So I got to bring Stephen and Heather Terry, and Amy and I went back to Africa. Went back to the Bible college we worked at and got to teach. That was in March, and that was profoundly cool to be able to share with them our lives. It's one thing when you talk about it, and I've talked quite a bit about it, but when you get to stand in the same places and you get to see and you get to feel and you get to experience, it was really, really special. We love going back. We left a part of ourselves there for sure. But being able to share that with Steve and Heather or some of our closest friends, that was really, really special. So that was cool. Quite a trip. So
what was better, taking them there or bringing Mama Agnes here?
Oh, man.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
I don't even know how Yes,
but
I felt a little bit bad for Mama because she was cold the entire time she was here. She had at least 2 layers on at all times, and that, I felt bad for that. But getting to share, it was very much the same feeling.
Yeah,
like getting to share where we were, and she now asks about people in the church every time we talk to her. Well, how are they doing? There's a couple of people she just straight up calls on her own, which is hysterical.
Oh,
which
really?
is hysterical to me.
That's fantastic.
Which is cool. Just what she. So now when we talk about being here, and that was cool also because she was like, "Oh, this is exactly where God wants you to be." Like hearing that from her, because we know what we left her with. I mean, there was a stretch this year she didn't have water for 45 days.
Oh wow!
Didn't have water. And we were a part of solving those things when we were with her, and so not being there, it was the thing I dreaded most about leaving, was telling her, and for her to come and then her to say, you know what, we love you guys and we miss you. In fact, she calls Amy Mama Africa. That is her name to Amy, which is wild. But she said to us, you are exactly where the Lord wants you to be, and that was hugely affirming. So it's a bit of both. Yeah, a bit of both. It's weird to think that Agnes was here last year at this time.
Yeah.
That's true. I think my favorite memory of her, well, I have a couple, but probably like top favorite, is we went to, Hannah had a bridal or a baby shower, and Mama Agnes went, and that was the first time she ever drank Sprite. And she thought that was the best thing in the world. She was like, oh, that's fizzy, or whatever word she used.
Fizzy's the word.
Yeah, but it's so cute. So cute. Such a wonderful lady.
Yeah, we love her. We love her. Talked to her last week.
Good.
She finally got some water because it started raining, so that's good. Yeah.
Is that their source? That's their only source?
No. The city, there's plumbing, but they had a couple of dams break, and the city hasn't fixed them yet, and so there's no reserves. So it doesn't rain from May to October, and so and the rain came a bit late this year, and so once they run out, there's like, well, we don't have any more water to give you, and the city wasn't fixing it. So not only, but they also do, we've got a whole catchment system for her off of her roofs and gutters and storage tanks and all that kind of stuff. So it's not our only source, but she the city literally stopped, and they're supposed to bring trucks and whatever, but they didn't. And then even people that had wells, they started running dry. So like the place was dry. There wasn't water, but it has finally started raining, and so she'll have water for stuff now, which is good.
Yeah, that is good.
45 days at one point.
Cannot imagine.
That's tough.
Yeah,
that's tough.
Bless her heart.
All right.
What else have we got? Have we done anything to the building this year? We cleaned out that room. What was it, the choir room, Tim? No.
Not really. I mean, not anything major. I mean, I don't think it's kept running.
Yeah, we kept
Like, that's been good.
That's a
big
Well, when you start thinking about the age of all of the stuff, like it's an absolute miracle that like we don't have to fix stuff as much as we do,
Right.
and when we do, we have funds for it. Like that's been cool. But I don't think we've added anything. I'm looking through my pictures again just to see what's what.
Tim, you got anything for the year?
Well, of course, most of my stuff's AV focused. We did try to do some investment in how our live stream looks. We've added some remote controllable cameras. In fact, the camera we used to shoot this used to be our live stream camera, and we just had the one. And we were able to do that for the most part by funding it by selling older equipment that's been in storage for years that we'll never use again. Stuff from like 20 years ago. So not completely funded by that, but a large percentage. So that's really cool. So
That's a benefit.
I like to not spend money if we can help it. So
Well, I just what I love about it, Tim, you guys make stuff work.
Absolutely.
You and your
Yep.
team are really, really good at it, and at that. And then secondly, just the heart you have. Like you carted away 2 truckfuls of stuff from the church. You took it to a place, you sold it all for the express purpose of raising some money to buy more stuff for the
we
church.
just bought 2 more microphones that are on there.
Yeah, we did, which
Sanctuary.
is man, thank you. That's so cool. I love not just what you do, and I know you guys don't. Well, not everybody gets to see this, but I regularly get the privilege of standing and facing the congregation during worship, and I almost every time, if I happen to glance up in the sound booth, you guys are up there worshiping along with us. And there are a lot of people who will be like, no, I'm busy doing stuff. And yet you guys are into it. And I love the attitude of our AV team. I love the spirit of our AV team. I love what you guys bring to the table. So, man, that's awesome.
Yeah, I think it's important to worship intentionally, even when you're doing something like that, because that also makes you good at multitasking, which is an extremely required skill there.
Sure.
Some of us are better than others. We're all learning. But yeah,
Yeah,
you can break away enough to worship once you get everything set right.
sure. And you do. And I love it. I absolutely love it.
And it helps us tremendously
Good.
on the praise team. When no one else is worshiping, you can always look up at the booth.
Yep.
Pay attention, people. Get down there and worship. It's not scary.
That's right.
I think we have grown in our worship
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
this year.
100%.
I think
It does
so.
seem like it's grown.
I think there's more space to grow, but I think it's a journey that we're on, and I think, but it starts with those of us that are leading. If we're not worshipers, then nobody else is going to worship with us. So, yeah. All right. What else from the year? What else sticks out? I'm looking through my pictures.
I think that we had the change of the children's church leadership. Bobby Haverly retired, I guess, if you want to say it, stepped down,
Yeah,
whatever you
yeah,
want to call it.
yeah.
She did an amazing job, and so now Erin Todd is in charge of that, and that girl, she runs 90 miles an hour, but she rocks it. Like, I'm only back there 1 week a month on Sundays, and I don't know, watching her interact with those kids, no matter what age, just blows me away. Like, you can tell she has a heart for kids and to serve.
That's a tough job.
Oh,
That's a
100%.
tough job.
It is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, what's beautiful about it is watching somebody who, so obviously Aaron does the older kids, Tara's leading the younger kids on Sunday mornings. You have Gene and a couple of guys, Aaron and Matt, leading the boys on Wednesday nights. You got Kim. That's been a cool story this year. She had 2 or 3, and she came to me a couple weeks ago and was like, I've got 14. I need to move rooms.
Wow.
She had to move into a bigger room because she's got girls coming out on Wednesday night. That's super cool. And then Pam Ritter's picked up the littles on Wednesday night. And when I look at that, as a church, what you do for kids is important. I mean, the scripture says train them up in the way they should go, and how we support parents and what we offer our kids stuff. And it's not just that they do it. To me, that's people do it, but they do it with such passion and enthusiasm and joy, and they've thrown themselves into it. And people are busy. Several of them have young kids, have families, are involved in other places in the church, and yet I think we're moving in such a good direction. I think it's cool. Absolutely, we definitely had a changeover, and I think the job that Bobby did was incredible.
Oh, yeah.
I'm so grateful. Sometimes you don't know what everybody does until they quit doing it, and then you're like, oh, they did that, and they did that, and they did that, and they did that, and so I'm super grateful for her, and I feel like that's been a smooth transition and a good. A really good, and I think it's poising us to step into what the Lord has for us. So,
Go ahead, Tim.
It's really cool to hear that Pam Ritter's stepping into that. Many moons ago, she was my youth leader when I was 12 or 13 years old at another
Really?
church. Yeah.
really, no way.
Yeah.
It's Lawrence County.
It is, yeah.
It's more Lawrence County.
I saw her, I'm like,
Yeah.
get in here. This is a good church. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's cool, and she brings a wealth of experience.
Absolutely.
and her heart is. you talk to her at all about kids, and she just wants kids to know Jesus, and she wants to
Absolutely.
love on kids. She's I'm
super
very
cool.
grateful. Yeah, that is
She's
very cool.
wonderful. I've worked with her a couple Wednesday nights, just being like her helper, and we have so much fun. She is just loves on those kids, and those kids are attentive to her.
cool.
So that's what it's all about.
I love it.
Has moving service time on Wednesday night been received positively?
Yeah, been real positive. In fact, I think we've seen a numerical jump for sure, and I think just a general positivity, like we're getting done with things a little bit earlier, and I think people are engaging. So that's been good. Yeah, that's been a change from the year for the church perspective. I think has been good.
Yep. I think the youth group is in a good spot with Heidi and seeing Rhett do things, and Aubrey, and there's some good things going on in that group.
Yeah, it's exciting. I think that's a positive step forward as well. I'm a little bit nervous. Rhett's a senior this year. He's he feels a call to ministry, so he's going to pursue some training, and we've had a couple conversations about where to do that and how to do that. I think that's going to be cool, and obviously it'd be cool. I'm excited to see where things are shifting and moving in right direction, so that's good. Yeah.
Aubrey just seems to be a girl on fire
I
for
think
the
that-
Lord.
Yep.
If you're listening to the podcast and you don't know, remind me of last name?
Lynn.
Okay, Aubrey Lynn. Yeah, go on. Was the last couple Sundays ago, maybe she had spoke. But yeah, I'd say if you're on listening to the podcast and you haven't heard her talk, go back to one of those services, and that girl, she's ready to serve the Lord for sure.
That's cool.
We've come a long way too in our ability to film stuff now and record it, and we've got the app, which that's was done previous to 25, but it's growing. That stuff is continuing to build, continuing to be a great tool for us to spread the word. So there's a lot of positive things happening in the church.
And I would say, I think the podcast is one
Yeah.
of those. I think
Yeah.
that's been a
Absolutely.
really, like we said when we talked, it's something on my heart, and I'm very excited about it. So
We probably started pursuing this in July.
you and
Well, we talked about it way
Talked about
before
it.
that, but I think we had a meeting.
Yeah, I think it
Like
might
we
have
actually
been July.
maybe
It
put
was
a
still summer, yeah.
it was
group
done.
together. Yeah, we did the fair again. That's always a good time.
I love the fair.
Yeah, if you've not
That's
worked the
neat.
fair, come work the fair.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a blast.
What is it about that is you're just working with people outside of church, but you're slaving away together in the heat, and you become closer than you were before. I don't know. There's something about it that builds relationships.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Just getting outside of your own routine. And there is something about working together that changes your connection with people, for sure.
That was fun.
And we've had a positive impact on some of the fair goers. I mean,
I
there's
hope so.
been
Oh yeah.
there's been some stories. I can't remember exactly what they are, but there's been stories of somebody's even come to Sunday service because of us being out
Yeah, I
there.
had a couple.
That's awesome. I did not know that.
Just have to yawn every so often. Yawn, yell. Sometimes that happens.
Tia, Shannon, any thoughts of anything you can think of that you highlights as they're both staring at the carpet?
They're looking
Well,
at
I'm
their
looking at
phones.
the phone trying to find
I looked at my photos.
the
There were
women's conference,
fish
like
and
the
turkeys.
spring women's conference was fun. We had axe throwing.
The fall women's conference was a lot of fun. I feel like if you have not been at a conference yet with the women, definitely, pursue that next year. Sorry, guys.
Man, rude.
Sorry.
Well, what
dude.
did the men do? What did you guys do?
We had
You
a
guys
men's
had
conference?
We had a men's conference. It was awesome.
Okay.
We threw axes first. Better back up.
We did.
I hear a lot. I hear a lot of women saying they would like to do the men activities.
I would.
Mm-hmm.
I'd do that.
the
so-
throwing
I've heard people say that too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The fish fry, the throwing of the axes.
Yeah, the fish
see-
fry. You
yeah.
should be invited to
I
the fish fry.
would eat that. That sounds delicious.
Why don't you guys whine a little bit more?
Wow.
You're free to have your own fish fry.
Wow.
That's true.
Oh.
No one's stopping you.
That was a fish fry.
That was a hit.
All right, I'll mention it to Amy. I'll say, Amy, there were some very strong feelings about frying
Yep.
a fish.
Yep.
Well, why can't we have a church-wide fish fry?
Well, there's no reason we can't.
Why do you have to?
It kind of starts becoming how many fish fries can you fit into one?
Because I want to.
One big fish fry for the church.
West
Because
Rain
I heard
may
you had extra.
that may be the end of West.
But we like Wes. We want him to live.
Yeah, we want him to continue.
No, it's not a bad idea. I'm not opposed to it. We'll think about it.
Yeah, that's
Wes is going. That's a bad idea.
Definitely. That's one event for sure.
Yeah.
It's like,
All right. Okay. Good to know.
Really
good to
good.
know. All right. This has nothing to do with church, but what was the favorite like vacation, holiday, step away, fun thing that you did this year?
We went to the beach. That was. I mean, that's not a first for us, but that was. We haven't been in a while, so that was good to go back to the beach.
Where'd you go? What beach?
We went to Fort Walton. It was so me, Holly, Rylan, and Brinley, and then Heidi, Bobby, and Steve. We had a condo together. We all however many of us stayed together, and it's a good time. It's usually pretty relaxing.
Good. All right.
That's fun.
Emily?
I went to Michigan in June with my coworkers. That was fun. You could just see another side of them, and we all shared one hotel room. That was interesting. Yeah, 5 women in one room.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, but it was so much fun. We went to St. Joseph. Is that what it's called? Yeah, St. Joseph, Michigan. If anybody needs a place to go, that is. I think it was like 4.5 hours. Totally worth it. Beautiful, so beautiful. Yeah, so that was so much fun.
Okay.
A lot of stories I can't repeat, but
So fun is stories you can't repeat. We may need to have some prayer for you.
yeah, probably.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say so.
Okay. Good to know. Good to know.
What about you?
I
You
don't
went on several trips this
Africa.
year.
Yeah, I mean, Africa's there. We went back to Amy's. Amy's family owns a house in Maine in the summer. That's always very, very, very good restorative for us. Yeah. We went just Thanksgiving. I went to see my brother in Milwaukee, but we spent a day in Chicago. I love Chicago. I love downtown Chicago. I find it very fun. So that was a lot of fun. Yeah, there's a number of things that we got to do that was cool. Hiles, what's your highlight?
We went a few places. I think our highlight would probably be New England, seeing the leaves in the fall. Going up in Vermont and New Hampshire and Maine and Connecticut and Massachusetts. It was fun.
That was all just one trip.
Wow.
We didn't go on like 9 trips.
One trip.
What's funny about that, you guys don't know that, is we almost saw them.
Really?
We were
wow.
a day behind them. And so we went up to close up the house, and so we took some time to go see the leaves. And we literally missed you guys by we had actually talked about trying to get together, and we've talked so much about the main house. They were like, would we be near? And they were probably within an hour of the main house. It didn't quite work out, but that was fun. So Amy was like, did you guys go here? Did you see this? And we're like, yeah, that was awesome. And where did you go?
The mountains,
yeah. The White Mountains were cool. Yeah. They were very, very pretty. That was good.
The White Mountains, is that part of the Appalachian Trail?
It is right at the northern edge of it.
Okay.
So the White Mountains are kind of the border. Maine. They're partially in Maine, partially in New Hampshire, and then I think it's what starts into. I think the Appalachian Trail starts up there. Yeah.
Sweet.
Timmy.
I did a couple things this year that were fun. First off, by myself, I have a job where I'm fortunate I can fly a couple places a year, or something that's only been in my world for about 4 or 5 years, so that's really cool. And my work trip took us to Las Vegas, but while all my coworkers were doing the gambling thing,
More stories you can't repeat.
you'd think.
I wasn't gambling.
She got real defensive.
Yeah, guilty conscience says what?
Were you now?
Gambling.
I am a person of eccentric hobbies. I don't speak of them much because I'm that much of a nerd, but I have a thing for pinball machines. I own a couple. One of them is a basket case I'm repairing. One's one I paid a lot of money for that's very nice. But the Pinball Hall of Fame is in Las Vegas, so I took an Uber out there one night and
Wow.
played pinball for 4 hours. That's very hard on the legs, if you're wondering.
Wait,
but it was a good time.
Maybe I don't understand pinball. Don't you just stand in front of a machine and
But if you stand for 4 hours, your legs say, "Hey, this is a bad
Guess so.
idea." When you're at the age that I've become,
I thought maybe I was doing it wrong.
need some chairs or something. But and then later in the summer, the family and I had a chance to go to St. Augustine, Florida, and hang out on the beach. So that's always fun. So
That's really nice.
big road trip. So yeah,
Very cool.
it's good stuff.
Very cool.
T, did you guys fly or drive?
We flew. Yeah. Yeah. And Boston's amazing. If you can ever go to Boston's my favorite city.
Really?
Uh-huh.
Interesting.
It's old with the
Oh,
new.
yeah.
All that history. I love history. And so, yeah. So we flew into Boston.
Shannon, what did you think of Boston?
My wife liked it, so it's good.
I fully expected
it was
that
good.
answer.
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
What did you like?
That you liked it.
No,
Many words.
I thought you were asking Gary. No, the history out there is really cool, but yeah, I liked everything probably other than being downtown. It's just there's a lot of buildings that make me feel scared. Everywhere you run is a big building, so yeah, claustrophobia kind of kicks in a little bit, and I'd rather just be
In the leaves.
In the White Mountains.
Yes.
in the White Mountains.
He loved that. Yeah.
Yeah. Driving around for 4 or 5 days out there, we really didn't have any purpose. We were just driving around, and that was great. So that's what I enjoyed.
That's so cool. You look so enthusiastic about it.
No, that is that is.
That was the same face he made yesterday when Skylar Stroud hugged him. And
It's his
Yeah.
enthusiastic face.
Yeah.
What other face is he going to give?
I was happy.
okay,
I was happy with that.
I
man
think
hug.
I'd ask you if that bothered you or
Nope,
Yeah.
not one bit.
yeah.
He's done far worse to me.
Also, a story we can't tell.
Yeah.
All right, pastor reflection moment here. So in my mind, so we record this and it comes out later. So yesterday I gave away the present to the kids, which is actually a block of wood. And in my mind, I love that tradition with my kids. We talked about it. It was cool. It was a moment. It was fun. But as I began to ponder on things afterwards, I'm like, all those kids are going to remember is Pastor gave me a block of wood. And I thought, I did not win. I thought it was going to be cool, but it was not as cool as I thought it was going to be.
I wasn't here yesterday, so I missed that one.
have
Did
no
you
idea.
wrap them too?
I did. I wrapped
They
them.
look nice.
Amy did the bows. Amy and Grace did the bows. Grace wrapped a few of them, helped wrap some, but I did. I cut them all. I wanted to do them myself, and then I wrapped them myself. So, Amy's mother. I think the best way to describe her in this very narrow moment is a wrapping Nazi. She is
Okay.
very particular about how things get wrapped, and I was taken to school very early on in our marriage because we lived in Cleveland with them, and so you were made to redo things. You were made to like I didn't do it in this time, but to actually wrap things well is just a form of torture, and she was very particular. So I actually know how to wrap things fairly well. So I put those skills to use. She's not going to listen to this, but I did press out the corners so that you get nice crisp corners. It's a thing I didn't know.
What was the purpose of the wood? You gave these kids wood.
No. So the wood is the purpose is the present. So one of the things we did as a family, and we learned this from somebody else, is they would take a small block of wood, just a square block of wood. They wrapped it, and they would put it in with the Christmas presents, and it was the first thing that they opened. So it was a reminder that we're actually celebrating the gift of Jesus. It was kind of a visual reminder,
Okay.
and so we did it every year with our kids. It was part of our Christmas decorations. So I gave them a wrapped block. I actually opened the present and showed them, look, it's just a block of wood, so don't open this. Well, okay, so when you're up front and looking at people, everybody thinks you can't be seen, but you can be seen. So about halfway into my sermon, this one little kid jumps out of his seat and he's running down the aisle with his block of wood. I'm like, you unwrapped it. I literally showed you it's a block of wood, and then I knew I have not done a good job with this. I have failed. I wonder how many actually made it home as whole wrapped presents, and
How many did you give out?
I made 39 of them, and there was probably 10 or so. So I gave 20 something out.
I would say 0 of them made home.
Yeah, it's entirely possible. What are you going to do? You win some.
Hey, you
lose some.
try. You got to try.
I tried. Anyway,
I thought it was cool.
Thank
I was
you.
like, oh, I wish someone would have done that when my kids were little. But I love those kind of traditions, though. Like, I'm very much into that.
You're a traditions girl.
So now I'm going to wrap a block of wood, and we'll start that.
Grandkids, you're going to have grandkids?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Okay, cool. Sweet.
You know, I just want to say, yesterday, seeing all your children there with you and Amy, it's just such a wonderful picture. I don't know, everybody remembers them being little, and now they're just all grown up, and watching them worship, it was awesome. Yeah, it was just like a really cool moment to watch your whole family down front worshiping.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I think really highly of my kids. I love them.
You
I
got
love being
some-
around them. We went up to Chicago, so we spent hours in the car, and we spent so much time laughing in the car. And then we also had a really cool, like, God ordained conversation with one of them. Like, something popped up, and it kind of turned into a deep, really deep. And the way that my kids talk to and listen to each other in the midst of those conversations is so very, very cool. I'm totally biased, but it doesn't make me wrong. I love my kids. So thank you. I appreciate that.
You have some good ones.
Well, I think so.
Well, I think we're going to wrap up today's episode. So this is the last one for 2025. Thank you for watching, and we wish you a happy new year, and we'll catch you in 2026.
Happy New Year.
This has been The Cast, a production of Bedford First Assembly of God in Bedford, Indiana. Your hosts were Emily Taylor and Gary West, produced by Shannon Hiles and Tia Hiles, and engineered by Tim Ray. Be sure to watch for new episodes of The Cast every Monday.